Good evening from InvestSharp.com. It is Sunday, May 9th, and this is Randy Smotone with your weekly watch list. So we'll start off a little different tonight since there's not really a lot of patterns out there. The charts are pretty messy and they need some time to reset up here. And of course, the volatility has been so high, and I expect the volatility to hang around here for a few weeks. I know the futures currently are up quite a bit. Last I looked, they were 1135 range or something like that. So, S&P, like I talked about before, this is the daily chart. We've touched here, here, and here, and here. I wouldn't be a bit surprised we get back. There's several levels we could get back up to. We could get back up into this range. I would expect us to retest possibly this 1150. It was a pretty significant level we broke through. So, and it may take us a few days, or I don't know how long it'll take us, but I would expect us to go back up at least to retest this. But until proven otherwise, I'm still I've got a bearish lean. The selling has been so heavy up here. That I think you should short into these strengths, especially if we get back up in this area. So what I'll start off is just with some bullish stocks, and of course, which all of you are sure aware of. Gold has been doing really well. GLD, I would expect it to take possibly a dip here, breather, and there was a little profit taking coming in Friday. But any dip, down into this area, I think it should be bought. So you want to keep that in mind, and you might want to take profits on your gold here in the next day or two, depending on how you're trading it. But I think it'll go higher. EGO, another great stock, tons of volume here. Again, I think you should buy the dip here. This little ANV, Nevada Gold, same situation here. As long as it can hold around at 17 or so, I think it looks fine. AEM, keep your eye on this one, this ascending triangle. It's been hanging out, but maybe the miners will start getting a bid here. But again, and this may go clear down here and retest this. I don't know if it will. Definitely if it comes back down here again, it's already come down here once, but I don't know if it'll retest or not. It'll probably break down if it did it again. So I think it'll hang up here. It seems like that they're definitely been a safe haven, but I do expect probably a pullback since it's been especially if we have a big pop higher in the market, which typically happens when the volatility gets like this. You have these big moves up and down. ABX, another one I like. I like how it's built a nice base under here, so keep ABX in mind. GG, another one looks good. Been consolidating up in here, but it looks fine. GOLD, Rand Gold, again. I like it too, as long as it holds this 80 or so. AU, another one I like. It got up here. It's already retested here, and it's gotten up in here. But we'll see if it makes a lower high or not. But I still think that you should keep your eye on these for the next probably week or several weeks, even if they do pull back some. AIG, it's another one to watch. New Gold, NGD, it's hanging up, it's holding up fine here. It actually looks like they tried to sell it on earnings. Massive selling here, so it might break down as long as it holds this 5 1/4. But it looks like it was kind of indecisive, equal buying and selling almost that day. But they were holding it up pretty well. Then silver looks like it was getting a bid Friday. Nice buying here Thursday, Friday, and it come down here and it's holding the back of this trend line. So watch silver; it might start getting a move. Along with that theme, EXK, this little silver stock, you might want to keep it on your radar if silver starts to move higher. SLW, this silver Wheaton, it should have some pretty good support around 1750, and so far it's holding it. And of course, the volume kicked in on it as well on Friday since silver was getting a bid. MVG, Mag Silver, another one. As long as it holds it, it really should hold this $7 mark. MACD is pretty low here, so it could get a bounce. If you really want to be safe, you could wait and buy it over the uptrend line here, about the 750 with some volume. Then just a couple other stocks I know is holding up good. Kraft Foods started breaking higher Friday. It's looking good. Dr. Pepper Snapple, big move higher. DPS looks good. Dollar Thrifty, it had this big gap up here on earnings. It keeps gapping, which I'm not a big fan of. Stocks, you can scalp them, but that move around down like this, but there's no sell volume here. There's only buying, so you might want to just keep that one on your radar. This kid brands, nice tight consolidation up here, so you could short it, of course, if it breaks down. But with all this volume coming in here, I would think if it can break out above 1050 with some volume, you could jump on board that one. Excuse me. Then PPO. This little Polypore PPO, still looking really good. Tons of volume coming in here right after earnings. I mean, it's pretty crazy. TICC, another one. This TICC Capital is holding up here. It has broke out above the this uptrend line right here, and lots of volume coming in there too after earnings. And of course, just keep these on your radar. You can see these bad ticks. I forgot about that. DOG, or I don't know if they were bad ticks. Our market actually did that, I guess, but on profit charts, it won't let me get rid of it. TZA again, you know, obviously there's going to be down tomorrow if we open up and move higher, which I do expect a pretty significant bounce probably the next couple of days. So if they get back down in this range, though, you might want to consider buying them. Just keep your eye on them. BGZ, same way. You know, all these that we've been talking about. TWM, FAZ, of course the oil, SCO. But no, I don't think you should run out and buy any of these tomorrow. So, but keep them on your radar. If you get them back down on a significant pullback, significant dip, you might consider going along them again. And then here's just a few bearish ideas. This ATK, Alliant Tech Systems. It's definitely got support on this trend line. So this would be a pretty significant breakdown if it loses this. So keep this one on your radar to short. You can buy puts on it here. If it loses this area around 77, what did it close at, 78? If it loses that 77.50 or so, and they keep selling it, there was very heavy selling the last couple of days. I might even considering shorting it up into a bounce if it bounces back up into this area. CISG, it broke down Friday. Lots of volume, looking pretty weak. Looks like it should have more to go to the downside. Drew Industries, another one that actually broke down, up here, but it also should have some resistance right here. Tons of selling going on in this one, so it's kind of overdone. So again, it's one of these you probably, if you want to short, probably want to wait till it gets back up in here to this area. And of course, OIH has been horrible, already broke down. So again, if you into strength here in the next couple of days, you might want to consider the shorting the OIH. And Google's been horrible too. Of course, everything was pretty horrible. So, and I don't know. I think this volatility is probably typically when it starts, it's going to be with us for a while. So, at least a few weeks or longer. So again, Google on any, especially way back up into this area here, might consider it. You might use some spreads on these bigger ones like Google. You might want to do some bear calls or something. Look into those. WLT, another one's been weak. FCX, as long as copper, watch copper, as long as copper stays weak. Possibly you get a bounce here. If you could get short FCX, again, back up closer to this downtrend line area, back up into here, or even the 7250 level, much safer. BG, this one's already huge fall. Again, it needs to have some significant bounce before you're going to go short this one again. And I brought it up before. So who's been terrible? Joy Global, it's another one of these. It's got this trend line, so watch this 47.50 area. If it loses it, it's going to fall a lot. It's going to be ugly. So market's going to be really ugly if that happens probably too. So, and then CLF, watch this 52 area. Whoops, let's get a 6 month. So, it's come down here and it's been using this 52.50 area support. It's trying to hold here. So if the market, obviously you could possibly, if it bounces back up into here, you could short it or do a bear call or something like that, spread on it above it, or whatever you use, your own strategy. And then if it breaks down, it's another one that's going to be really ugly if CLF loses this trend line. So that's kind of really all I have. If you're great at scalping, it'll be a great market for you for investors in swing type plays. probably going to be pretty challenging. So be careful. Keep your position sizes much smaller in this environment. And that's really all I have for you tonight. All right. Thanks.